Okay. See, like somebody who is really good at doing videos would have had that like all edited. You wouldn't see any of me setting up the camera or any stupid thing like that. Well, today's kind of a special day, you know. Nobody really acknowledges, except us pagans, or people that are witches. But, Stuart Eugene, come on, get up here. Come on. Periscope up. Anyway, history doesn't acknowledge the beginning of the Salem witch trials. It's something that we think about because, of course, we can't really even say those were people like us, because they weren't. They were Christians who were running away from persecution in their homeland, and came to America to establish colonies and have freedom of religion. And they ended up being tried as witches and destroyed. And how apropos is that? Really, America has never gotten away from that history. They brought their prejudice and their white supremacy and all that. They brought that with them over here and continued to practice it. We all know now, or at least if you don't know, you can know now, that the main reason the witch trials happened was the people in power in the first community in first established town in America by the Pilgrims those people in power wanted their land, their material things. And the easiest way to get that was to declare people a heretic, a witch, and then you could kill them, and then the governing body of Massachusetts or Salem could have their property and all their belongings. The great motivator of all things evil, basically, is money and material things. And that's how that began. It started with a young girl making some kind of a rumor, starting a rumor. But the people in power, when the little inkling of rumor went around, they saw that as an opportunity to turn that into a real boon for them. And gain a lot of riches. And, yeah, they gained witches, all right. They gained us witches of today. And, but back in that day, they saw it as their opportunity to take what wasn't theirs and wasn't rightfully theirs. So it ended up being this remarkable thing in history that has gone down and stayed in history and is still well known. My daughter traveled to Massachusetts a couple summers ago, and she went to the Witchcraft Museum, or the Salem Witch Trial Museum. I'm not sure what they call that. She brought me a t-shirt back. It's really cool. It has, on the back, it has this round disc that almost kind of like a stained glass window kind of thing. And it has the names of all those. I think there's, I forget how many, 13, 18. I know, and I cannot retain things like I used to. It's really bad. I'd have to look at the shirt again. But all the names of the people who were put to death during that episode are on the shirt. And in Salem, the museum acknowledges these people's lives and the history behind it. And to this day, Salem has kind of become like the capital of witchcraft and occult things like psychics, and there's an abundance of stores and things that we would all love to go through. And that's a cool thing that it's acknowledged and out in the open like that. And it's very much more apropos today, more than ever, for dual reasons. It's a wonderful thing that we're more out in the open. It's more that we're more accepted. That the old religion isn't immediately always looked at as Satanism, like it used to be. There still is a lot of that, but at least there are more people today now that are open-minded and accept the fact that your spirituality doesn't have to mirror my spirituality. And personally, I feel that everyone has a unique spiritual fingerprint. It is uniquely your own, like your fingerprint is. There's none exactly like it. So, creating your belief system and your spiritual system that gives you strength when you need strength, and what you develop to call upon to bring you strength, and things that you need in your life, and ways of protecting your loved ones and yourself. That is all uniquely your own, not someone else's. So when you see all these arguments on social media about should you believe in the law of return, should you practice harm none, does that mean anything to you? It's up to you. It's your karma checkbook. You balance it the way you choose. And it shows that there is no real right and wrong how it should be done. Are there basic principles that should be kept in mind? Absolutely. And that's why the basic principles have survived in all the major religions in history. Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, all of it. The golden rule. Do unto others as you would want done unto yourself. The golden rule. You see it in all the major religions because that is a common sense. It's what I call a universe rule. The universe made that rule, not any one religion. And that's why it shows up in all the religions. That's really all you have to apply. And back in the day of the witch trials, of course, it was predominantly the Puritans, Christian religion, that came over across the ocean to establish themselves in America. That's a whole nother debate in itself, but that's not one I'm getting into. But their goal was to establish Christianity as the base of their spiritual root. And, you know, that's where I think history kind of took a misstep, you know, is they should have come over here and had real freedom to choose what spirituality they wanted. And that includes, you know, if you wanted to worship the devil, fine. But we all know back in that day there was just an extreme fear. And fear is exactly what they made happen during the Salem witch trial days. The fear took over. It went racing through that community. People were getting the finger pointed at them who had done absolutely nothing wrong. So, like, today is really about thinking of those victims and acknowledging their importance in history and the importance of their lives and the significance of what their death meant. And it was really, their death symbolized the loss of spiritual freedom in America. And we've been struggling to get that back ever since. I think we're making strides, but we have still a long way to go. And it's apropos in this day and age because we have things going on in this country that are very scary. We've got a percentage of people who believe you need to do everything the way they do it or else. And we still have that. And we have leadership now currently that has even made statements about what should be done with homosexuals and witches. And those are not good things. So are we out of the woods yet? No. There still may come a time where the witch's pyramid could be more apropos than ever. To know, to will, to dare, and to keep silent. You know, you never know. We might have to go back into those dark times where silence and blending into the background of your culture and society. I would hope not. It's a scary thought. I would like to think that we're going to keep moving forward and keep gaining momentum and doing well, everyone doing well, and everybody having the freedom to believe the way they want to believe and to practice their spirituality the way they want to. But you don't know, and you have to be thinking about it, at least be aware of the threat that we have before us. And I think it's time more than ever to express to people that being free means having spiritual freedom. And I would hope that before my time on the earth is over, that I would see the day when there would be no finger pointing and no harassment of people and no losing friends and family or loved ones because of the way you spiritually feel about yourself and the path that you want to take. So today is important for that reason, because it reminds us of how foul things can go if they're left unchecked, and how serious it can be to not believe in mainstream religion. You know, it can have some serious consequences still on people's lives, their families, their status with their jobs and such. I don't need to go into it all in detail and everything, but my being pagan came into play in the end of my career, my 20-year plus career. And, you know, I know I'm not the only one. I know there's a lot of people who have suffered those kind of wrongs, and they really are wrongs when that's turned against you. Your right, your absolute right under the Constitution is actually used against you. And it still happens every day, and that's what we should be working towards, is being able to stop that from happening. Let your kids be able to go to school and be free to be who they are. And if they're pagan, if they're little witchlings growing up with their families' cherished and honored traditional spiritual beliefs, then someday I hope they can do that freely without any finger pointing or fear. So that's really kind of what today is about, the anniversary of the beginning of the Salem witch trials, is that we remember those atrocities, that we acknowledge the people who died, and that we don't repeat it, that we don't repeat such things, and we don't let leaders that want to go back to those kind of days, we don't let them flourish in our country in a place of power. So that's my video for today. There's a lot going on with the Raven and Crow right now. We have new stuff that came in. The little rose quartz crystal ball that I had sold very quickly. So I thought, you know, people love the crystals, and we want to be able to provide them. So we got more crystal balls in. And we have a few other new things. We got some lovely silver and gold altar cloths. And the chimes also sold out. So what I did this time is I bought triple moon chimes, only they're really long. They're like, I don't know, they're like 2 feet or more long. And they're really cute. They have bells along the whole string with the glass beads, you know, decorating it and everything. And a really beautiful brass triple moon symbol with a pentacle in the middle full moon piece. So those are really lovely. And I'll get all the pictures and all the info and all of it loaded into the store as soon as I can. And we're trying to keep our prices on the crystals as reasonable as we can. We want to be able to make it accessible to as many people as we can, so everybody has an opportunity to get crystals they love. I'll do a video probably next week, I think, about the crystals that we have in the store, and a little bit about what their properties are and such. Because we have really nice ones. Our tumbled stones are nice chunks. They're not little pebbles. They're nice chunks of stone and crystal. And we have some raw stones, of course. And raw is unique because it actually has more power in it than after it's been tumbled and polished real hard. And that's what I like about our tumbled stones, is they're lightly tumbled. They're not just, you know, all shiny and glass-like looking. There's a lot of natural color and tone to them left, and texture. So that's what we're working on amongst all the other things that's going on in our lives. And, you know, it's always a busy time of year when the seasons are transitioning and spring is coming. We've got things to think about that are on our horizon. And, you know, we're still working on all our projects that are our handcrafted things. So that's it for today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Friday is tomorrow. Look, Stuart, say hi. Say hi, Stuart. Oh, he's such a good little boy. So happy Friday tomorrow, because it's on the horizon. And then we have the weekend to look forward. So, yay. All right. Bye for now.